welcome back to Saints Row. Hey, guess who finally picked up the Sonic Rush OST? I'm sure Playa is ecstatic about this, but of course first, it's the finale of Insurance Fraud. So, I don't feel like I ever really got better at insurance fraud. I guess I must have, because I beat all of them, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like I ever improved. Oh well, anyway, back to it. It, of course, means we're montaging this again, because we've got more neighborhoods to reclaim. The Vice Kings are on a rampage, possibly because they just had a whole lot of change in leadership. I would say it's kind of a musical chairs situation right now, though I guess nobody has shot Tanya at this point. And if somebody has, nobody's told us, but either way. So, Benjamin King is, laying low and resting. So while he's there, let's fuck up the King's operation further.
In and out of a grocery store. I don't think those motherfuckers are buying 1%.
I mean, it's not open, so obviously they're not. Clearly they're not buying things. Alright, so pretty basic, holdout right here. Not holdout, stronghold. Holdout's the other thing I just did. But yeah, it's pretty much just go in, kill everyone, nothing too complex. Really, the hardest part is just we're in a big open lot, and there's a lot of them. But, you know, I also have resistances to a lot of things now. I can't be shot as well if they try exploding me. That's not gonna work that well either. And if they manage to get a car in here, guess what? That won't help them much either. It won't do that much damage. Oh, darn it. Missed that man. But I didn't miss him. Anyway, though, yeah, just kind of a big lock. So let's see, what are things I haven't mentioned yet? Well, I've mentioned the music situation in general, but I guess I could mention the radio a little more in-depth. There's basically just a whole lot of different radio stations. Some you will recognize if you've played later games. Classic FM, spelled with a K, is always there. Generation X, K-Rhyme, is also in future ones. I wanna say K12 FM is also in later games? Pretty sure Chronic is also there too. But some of the names I don't remember as much. There's some radio stations that I don't think come back. Like, looking at this list, I do not recognize Scissor from later games. But yeah, all the music is separated by genre. You can listen to them on the radio, or you can just mix them up. Again, there are playlists. You can use an in-game playlist and not necessarily, you know, have stuff on your Xbox 360 and do what I'm pretending I'm doing. No, you can just playlist what's already in the game. That's cool too. And of course, there's also the songs that you. This motherfucker again.
Is simply unacceptable.
You probably didn't say how cool it was that your fucking statue blew up, huh?
This was a symbol the citizens of Stillwater rallied.
Also, yeah, advertisements will play on the radio stations and not playlists, so you'll hear stuff like this if you just listen to the radio. That's where this comes from. As are the other ads I've been playing.
Stronger than ever. And if whoever is responsible is listening right now,
oh, I am.
Know this. You can smash brick and mortar. You can break brass and steel. But the spirits of the people of Stillwater cannot be crushed.
I notice you specified the spirits and not the bodies of, because let me tell you, you can absolutely break bodies. You can also set them on fire, which is going to be a little difficult from here. It's hard to fit through a narrow doorway, but fine, I guess a shotgun will also do the work. Anyway, though, yeah, there is a lot of work put into the, various radio stations, and they also have their own DJs. Characters in Stillwater sort of have their own preferences, so certain gangs will listen to certain stations, depending on kind of the vibe of the gang. Though I don't know those off the top of my head. But yeah, it's a little too bad that even the radio stations I usually listen to in later games didn't really have any songs I particularly recognized and was willing to test the waters for on YouTube. You know, just upload things without, like, actually setting them to public so that, I wouldn't get just immediately deleted from the internet. But yeah, no, usually I listen to, like, Generation X, that's sort of the, older, like, 80s, type stuff. So yeah, just kind of a just a general mix overall, though. It's just, rock, pop, that sort of thing. It's just of a time. You know what I should also mention, though? So, I have been playing, like, some of the ads, and also, well, it's also an ad, but the, Alderman Hughes ads as well. But I have not been playing stuff from the radio station WMD K-Boom. So, that one is basically just a conservative talk show parody, which... The reason I'm not showing that is because, obviously, there's a lot of exaggeration in it. It's not completely, like, played straight, but there are just... Having looked at the transcripts, some of it does just sound like conservative talking points nowadays. They do a good job, I'm not going to say they aren't. doing good work on that, but that's why I don't really want to listen to it. Again, there are some moments that are just, like, so exaggerated
Go in there and send them
that, like, obviously, they're going for parody, and no one would quite say that, but, like, the talk show hosts do get into, oh, white men are always the villains in video games nowadays, and it's like, ah, yeah, no, that's just a thing people think is a problem when it's not. Oh god, I'm on fire. But yeah, I think they are interesting and definitely some good lines, but like, between the regular ads and the mayor-elect's advertisement, I keep using the word advertisements twice, because they're still advertisements, they're just a different breed of them, I guess. They're in a different category in my mind. Because one's kind of more story important. Anyway though, yeah, I'd suggest at least listening to them, if you can do so without constantly making jerk-off motions until your arm breaks, go ahead, there are good jokes in there, but god, I don't wanna. I do sometimes wonder, just like, how the fuck does anybody complain about the new Saints Row being too woke? It's always a stupid complaint, but also, like, Saints Row has always parodied this type of shit. Like, the worst I could think of that would probably be in Saints Row Reboot is probably, like, people my age trying to write characters younger than them, which, you know, that is, as the kids say, cringe, but look, there's a difference. It's a different problem. And one that I will, you know, again, I'm assuming that that's probably there. I don't know for certain, but I feel like it's a safe bet. But yeah, no, it's different than what internet chuds complain about. I will say probably my favorite joke is from the WMD Kaboom thing. Actually, table that for a moment. We're actually at the meat of the waterfront rooftop mission. This is not just a kill everyone mission. Partway through, you gotta start blowing up specific cars. So a bunch of cars are going to try to pass by, and if they do, then you just don't get a second chance. I had an entire take where I essentially missed every car that went by. I didn't actually count them. I think there's some lenience. I think like 6 or 7 go by, I want to say, but yeah, you can't actually really miss these, or you just lose for reasons unknown. So yeah, this mission is a slightly more complicated one than just kill everybody. And it's definitely not one I'm great at. You have to lead your shots, of course, which I'm not the best at. But second attempt I did of this was actually way better. Anyway though, favorite one from WMDK Boom is that, like, the main difference I think from this and more modern conservatives is just, they don't like video games. But yeah, they're complaining about video game violence and just getting real in-depth and talking about all the video game wife and kids that you leave behind if you kill someone in a video game. Which is just, you know, kinda good. What is it? Of course they are. Alright, here we go again. God, I do love that rifle. Also, that neighborhood fucking sucks. There's too much distance between the guys. And also the big wall, which, depending on where you are on that map, surprisingly difficult to get around. It was weirdly more of an obstacle than I thought it would be. Which is one of the reasons I'm glad I cut it out. Okay, so let's, stealthily make our way to the mansion. I don't know why we have to sneak over there. Lynn could just, like, text us or call us, or email us.
I know he's your friend, Joseph. but I will not let that Nimrod ruin my plans.
Your plans?
Our plans.
Look, Donnie may be a little flaky, but he always steps up at the end.
I certainly hope so.
Lynn and I got this shit down.
Is that really stepping up?
All right, kids, check this
This
shit
is
out.
the face of a man who
So
just
Ross
really
buys the
hates this
virus
guy,
and
which,
there's no way another
same.
shipment like that is gonna roll through here again
I can
anytime soon.
sympathize with you on
Lynn
that
and I
at
did the
least.
math, and there are a couple of key cars that we can strip down to get the parts we need.
See what I tell you? This guy's a fucking genius. I'm gonna go get the boys ready.
We're getting back in
So your
town!
plan is to go steal cars. You really know how to think outside the box.
I'm so glad it took you weeks to come up with
Take
that.
your advice to heart.
It's not advice.
A threat? Huh. How refreshing.
Listen up, you oaf.
Lynn, don't worry about it.
Shut up, Don.
At least they can be united on
I was
that.
about to tell you to go fuck yourself.
And here I thought we were bonding.
You know, the scary thing is,
Probably the smartest.
he probably likes Lynn more than he does most other people that enter this house. Maybe don't call me here. Yeah, I'm still on their lawn. I probably should have left, because, you know, people are leaving the building. Okay, well, I feel like we're maybe being a little aggressive here, but, okay, time to destroy specific cars, so that the rollers can't steal them. So you want to be quick on these. The quicker you get to your destination, the better. If you know these roads okay, it's definitely a good idea to cut across, like, parking lots and yards if possible. There are definitely dead ends, especially with those apartments over there. Know that from experience. But yeah, the quicker you get to your destination, the better, because if you get to the location quick enough... happens here, but you can actually get to the car before the rollers do. Now, if the rollers get to the car, they will start driving it around, and I will admit, I never quite gotten to the point where I fail the mission because they, like, take it back to the mansion or something. I would assume that's what they were doing, but, like, typically whenever they get to the car, they'll drive around, like, haphazardly, with some kind of assistant following them to protect them. And, like, they sort of go towards the mansion. And again, I would assume you'd fail eventually, but, like, their pathing is weird. Like, they really do not want to get to the mansion if that's what they're aiming for. But as usual, if you enter their range but then they get away, you'll have a certain amount of time to get back into their range before they leave you behind, and you fail the mission. This guy decided to be really slow, and if not for the fact that I got a stop sign stuck in my car, this would have been free pickings. Get out of here! Just shove that man out of the way. Oh yeah, you do not get a lot of time to catch up, though. See, God, that's, yeah, 10 seconds. If you are left behind, unless the driver's an idiot, then you're probably going to lose. Now, thankfully, the driver was an idiot here, so I did manage to get away. Now, both of our cars are kind of in bad shape, but I'm going to assume a roller's car at smoking levels probably at least a little bit better than that car. It's wasting a little bit of time, but it's fine. I'm pretty sure stuff doesn't start spawning until you get at least a little bit closer. So, whatever state this car is supposed to be in will not have changed for me taking an extra few seconds, I don't think. Anyway, I think, oh yeah, this is this idiot, so... here's a freebie. What are you even doing? Where are you going? I think there's water down there, right? Yeah, there's some God, you almost just did my job for me. I made sure to blow him up before anything else. He might have gotten well, he would have gotten out. I don't think they could have gotten away at that point. I think they were dead to rights. I don't know why they came here. It seems like a pretty stupid idea. Also, I'll be taking this car because it's not almost on fire. Thank you. Pardon me? You can take the old one if you want to, that's fine. Alright, where is the last... Wait, the last one isn't going to be as memorable. as the one we just did, because there's nobody driving into a ditch. Again, like an idiot. Alright, there we go. Freebie, freebie, freebie. Also, no, you're not allowed to just, oh, whoops. Victory! This is what victory looks like. Anyway, no, you can't just steal the car and drive it away, you do have to blow it up.
I know you are. It's okay. Just relax, man. Yeah, you do that. Later. Fuck!
That was productive.
That's the second time the Saints fucked us.
Oh, definitely not the second.
Count the attack on the garage.
Thank you for acknowledging my work.
What do you mean?
Well, let's think. The same 4 people knew about those jobs. If I didn't sell us out, and you didn't sell us out, who else is there?
Donnie? Donnie may not like it when things get messy, but there's no
4
way
guesses,
to turn
first
on
3 don't count.
Brings us to
Lynn.
Bravo.
This is gonna be a bitch to explain to Donnie.
Luckily, you're not going to.
What do you mean?
Please, you're too attached to the boy. I'll handle this.
I don't give a shit what you do to Lynn, but you better not hurt Donnie.
And I do mean emotionally as well. You need to make sure to explain this to him thoroughly so he understands the situation. Now obviously there's gonna be a bit of hurt in this one, because obviously he's grown really attached to Lynn. But you know what? I think it's worse that she is taking advantage of him. It's a breach of trust, and I don't appreciate that, especially when it comes to Donnie. Alright, so we're gonna go over and do this stronghold.
Some of the rollers have a court date coming up, and Sharp is throwing paper and pussy at the jury to get them off. Go to the apartment building where they're sequestered at, and dismiss some jurors.
Alright, well, let's just go kill a bunch of jurors. Now, there's a lot of protection on these guys, so let's thin those numbers first. Obviously, this is the main danger of the situation. The jurors, not really so much. I mean, they'll probably try to harm you, they'll probably try to fight back if you try to kill them, but they do not have weapons like these guys do. Also, this is probably the least vehicle-involved mission in, like, any rollers thing. I mean, I know— oh dear. I know sometimes cars are only tangentially related, but, you know, I think that makes sense for the rollers. Even if you are not trying to, like, fight them in a car, they're still gonna be car-based somewhere. So you'll want to blow those cars up. Here? Nah, it's just an apartment building. You just gotta kill a bunch of people. So, alright, in terms of story, we are at the point where, if you thought we were pushing too hard against the rollers, yeah, we really were. Also, goddamn, 5 stars? It's like the cops care about this jury or something. Weird. You're like trying to protect important people, I don't get it. Anyway though, yeah, like, we were clearly going way too hard, because it's just, anytime something happened, we'd immediately spring into action. And blow ourselves up with a rocket launcher. No, but, we just immediately go and fuck their shit up. Like, not even trying to make it look subtle. So, kinda did this to ourselves. There's a certain amount of subtlety you want to do when planting yourself in these. You don't want to go all in, which we have been doing. Ooh, jeez. Well, this is just a full room. I mean, you guys have already failed, I don't know why you're trying. Might as well just hang it up. Alright, so remove everybody in here, except you. You can live, that's fine. Oof. Wait, how did you survive that? I got you point blank with a shotgun! Like, in the head. God, that guy was very impervious to bullets. Shame we couldn't have kept him alive and recruited him into the Saints. He would have almost been as good as we are. Only like 100th as good. A second shotgun did kill him, but you know, up until that point it was pretty impressive. Oh good, I didn't kill her. I mean, look, if she died in the rocket launcher, that'd have been one thing. I was kinda going scorched earth there, but, you know, since this isn't that one brothel mission, I don't have to kill the prostitutes, and you know what? I'm fine with that. Anyway, I guess we just own those apartments now for some reason, so... pretty successful day. We've ruined a whole lot of Rollers operations, so time to go back to the church and, have a good time.
Lynn's been saying you're doing a hell of a job when it comes to the Rollers. Keep it up.
Will do.
That Lynn?
Hey, meet me at the pool hall. The Rollers are getting into something big.
Already? But we just ruined their operation.
You know how to let it hit.
Oh well, time to ruin more of their stuff. Oh well. Looks like Lynn got captured while we were shooting up an apartment.
Temper, little girl. Look at you. All tied up pretty as a present. I think it's time to unwrap you.
Oh, I don't like where that's headed. Okay, I know Playa doesn't know that's happening currently, but, maybe let's hurry it up and get over there quickly. I don't really like Lynn, but she deserves better than, you know, Motion's hand, that. Alright, well, you know, I just said that we had a not very car-involved mission, or like the most not car-involved mission in the Rollers, but no, Liberation doesn't really involve cars either. Like, unless you count just driving to your destination, but I don't, because that's basically every mission in the game. It's nothing special. And once we get to our destination, it's not a case of, like, people driving away and we've gotta catch them or anything. No, we're just gonna roll up to wherever it is we need to go. I do not know where the pool hall is, just off the top of my head. Okay, we're parking right here. Ish. I'll park closer. Facing the wrong way. Look, we've gotta stop their big operation, so here I go. Oh, red dots. Sensing danger. Playa quickly picks up a Molotov and sets fire to the entire room. I mean, look, this is an actual business, sure, but like, they're hosting an ambush. I'm burning this whole place down now. It's only fair. Excuse me, motherfucker. Alright, oh, one from the stairs, there we go. Alright, whole lot of people on the top floor too, but, you know what, simple enough, let's just set more of them on fire. You know, I'm pretty fond of this tactic. Honestly, Molotovs are kinda risky, but look, the risk is worth it. Yes, you can set fire to yourself, sure, but you could... Yeah, I know you, Stefan. Anyway, though, yeah, you can set yourself on fire, but you can also set fire to a room full of people, and that's great. Alright, Lynn's been captured, just going to carefully move around, and how did I not notice those people? How did you two manage to hide when I had to have faced you when I entered the room?
Let's take our guest for a ride, shall we?
Could we not?